So I want to have a discussion real quick, just to the overarching world, and in the reason why 3D modelers often aren't the one making their own art. They model the art, and then usually a 3D printer who runs a vending booth will print the different variations that they spend a lot of time coloring and making sort of their own for their booth, and then they'll sell that art. So why isn't the 3D modeler the one actually selling art? In some situations they are. There are many digital artists that also 3D print their things, but what you need to understand is it's not exactly the best business model. You see, 3D modeling takes a lot of time, and when you're done with it, you have a file. You don't have a thing. It's not like a regular artist where you paint something and then you have a painting. You have a file that once it is out of your control, it is now all over the internet. People download it, copy it, and there's no way to make any money off of it. There's nothing you can do to make money off of it except to lease or license that file to other people. And that's what they do. So 3D artists make more money by way of licensing their models to other people, especially when those models are like cosmetic in nature, like, a dragon or something. They make more money by way of having a Patreon or something like that and having people purchase that to sell that item. People like me pay designers to have access to their files, and then they go through it and do all kind of artistic and wonderful things to try and make it their own for their booth if they're a vendor, or if they're just making it for their personal use. But what you need to understand, and what most people don't understand, is that a 3D artist, a 3D modeling artist, there's really not a lot of avenues for them to make money from this thing they spent literal days making. So this tired argument comes over a million times where people are like, it's not art, it's not art. There are these people spend days making these 3D files. And if they could just make money off those 3D files by way of just selling them, they would. But that doesn't really make you money, because all it takes is for one person who downloaded the model that you spent days making to download it and then upload it to like a Reddit post or some other place where people can download it for free, or Thingiverse is a good one, and then you've lost complete control of that file, and it is now essentially worthless, because nobody wants to pay you for it when they can go on a free site and download it. You see, I feel like this is often the thing that gets missed. People are like, oh, well, these 3D printing vendors, they don't do anything. No, they are outlets, essentially, because the way I like to think of it is a musical artist can make a piece of artist, but they're not out there making CDs. They're not literally making a CD in a CD factory. That's not their job. But people still want the albums. They still want to hold the vinyl in their hands. But the 3D or the vocalist isn't making a vinyl. They don't know how to make a vinyl. And that's not exactly one-to-one with modelers, because obviously they probably know how to 3D print. They probably do 3D print in order to prototype their own items. But my point is just that that's not where their money is. Their money isn't in making vinyls like a musician. Their money is in making the art and then letting the record company sell those vinyls. And the same thing goes with 3D printers. Now, every 3D printer, almost all the ones that I know, anyone who's reputable, goes through and tries to make it their own. They color it themselves. They do something to try and make it unique so they're not just like the booth next to them. But the point is that you want the modeler to sell their models, but they're not going to make any money that way. They might set up a booth, and they're going to make a couple $100s on a weekend after spending days and days and days making all of these different things, because not everybody wants to buy the exact same print. Not everybody wants the same dragon. So you have to make hundreds of models, and then you've made all these models, and then now people might buy them. But if you sell the file to people, or you've licensed the file to people, that's where your money is, especially if you get enough people doing it. You're making a passive income, and all you have to do is come out with new models. And for people like me who are willing, absolutely willing, more than willing, to pay that monthly fee in order to support those creators who are doing this wonderful, beautiful art, it makes sense. And we get to sell their items and promote them, and they get to have a steady income from their art. So this whole ideal of hating on 3D modeling and 3D artists, it's just like, I feel like it comes from a place of ignorance. People don't understand the process because it's not like your typical, it's not like I painted a painting and I put it up there. And also, as much as you might want to hate on it, and everybody can hate on it, the demand is there. People love these things. People want these things. And there needs to be somebody to provide a need for that want. And why not it be a small business? Why not it be me and my family, or my friends and their families, providing this thing that people want, rather than a multi-billion-dollar corporation that's only going to line the pockets of CEOs? When you buy from a modeler and you buy from a 3D printer, you are buying from 3 or 4 small businesses that are all working together to provide you with a product. And isn't that beautiful? Don't you want that? Wouldn't you rather buy that than something from a big box store? I don't know. I would. So that's my opinion on it. Remember to support yourself and others better than you, Prince. If you don't follow me already, you should do that. And hey, again, this is a tired argument that's been around a million times, but I feel like a lot of people miss the meat and potatoes of it, which was what I was trying to explain. Have a great day.